Don't get caught up in situations where you are the only one pulling the weight. Okay, where you are the only one not getting anything back, and the other person is there to take, and you're giving, and they're just there to take. Because, first of all, you'll notice it. That's the first thing. And I mean, this is any kind of relationship, family. It's not just romantic. It's platonic relationships. It could be business relationships. It could be anything. And I'm not talking about um, go and look for transactional relationships. Well, you do this for me, I do it, and everybody's keeping score. No, those relationships, obviously, you know what they are. They're just not. They're not worth it either. But I'm talking about relationships where you are you're the only one putting out effort. You're the only one who shows that you care about the relationship actually existing, and the other person is taking. So you have two kinds of people in this world. Okay, let me say three. You have three kinds of people in this world. You have givers, you have takers, and you have individuals that can operate in a cohesive, healthy fashion. Okay, because no one should be completely a giver and no one should be completely a taker. It should be okay. You give, they take. Sometimes it equals out in the end, kind of that type of rhythm. Okay, and it's really not something consciously that you even notice because you have a certain healthiness to the overall relationship. No one's keeping score. But the givers sometimes can become victims of takers, and takers don't care. So if you're naturally a very empathetic person, more than likely you are a giver. Okay, you do it like that's your first instinct to give. Hey, I want to see people a certain kind of way, and I want to make sure they're okay. Don't be that way, family. And I say that to this is like my empaths mostly. Like a giver, a true giver, really doesn't even value themselves to enough. They need to value themselves more. They need to look at, okay, you have a lot. And when you have a lot, you need to value that. You need to know that everybody does not have that gift to give, because it's a gift to be able to be that way. So you have to balance it out. And the way you do that, if you notice that someone's a taker and they're always keeping score, like whatever they do, they're like, oh, I did this for you. And that person is not genuine. That person's not authentic. They're not there for the relationship because of caring or because of, no, they're there because of what you can provide, what you can do. And you don't want those relationships, family. They're always going to end up being bad. Like they're always not going to be good. And again, it's not just romantic. This is any kind of relationship because there's balance in the universe. You need balance in the universe. You cannot have situations where you are the person putting out all of the energy. You're quick to give and the other person's quicker to take. You can't have that, family. It's going to be destructive. And that's why you see so many scenarios in today's society where people crash out. People, they get frustrated. They all that kind of stuff because they realize, wow, I'm always giving and I have nothing left to give, and the other individual doesn't care. And no, before it even gets to that point, family, when you recognize someone's a taker like that, you get them out of your stratosphere. Get them away from you. Again, I'm going to say it for the third time. I don't care what type of relationship we're talking about. This could be professional. This could be romantic, platonic. It could be familiar. That's the worst because they're always going to use, oh, we family. No, we're not family. We're not. We're family based on your actions, not on no title. We're friends based on, again, your actions, not on the title. whatever we are, it's based on how you interact with me. Okay, so if someone does not display the characteristics that are synonymous with good character, equality, okay, reciprocity, naturally, no, not transactional, but they naturally reciprocate. They desire to do that because of their fondness of the relationship and their care about how they value their connection with you, true connection. And that's why empaths get caught up. That's why empaths get caught up with those type of takers. They get caught up with takers because takers will pretend to be there for some genuine type of motive when really, in all honesty, in all actuality, there's nothing genuine about it. They just know how to pretend. Like the takers just know how to pretend in order to get what they want. But before you know it, you're looking up and the score is like 8-0, but you're not even keeping it. See, it's a real problem. You're not even keeping score. That's where it comes in. You're not even, because you live and move with your heart. And by the fact that you move with your heart, that is what gets you every time. So honestly, family, I'm just saying this message for people to watch out and for people to be able to be conscious that there's a lot of takers out here. Okay, there's a lot of people that's just the way they are. That's their nature. Okay, their nurture could have been whatever. Maybe their nurture and nature was from takers, and that's all they know. But certainly that's in their nature, because at some point they've been in the world and they know that it's wrong to do that with people, and you should reciprocate naturally. So it's a choice. That's why I always tell you guys, it's a choice. When you see people like that, you got to choose to leave them where you found them. Peace.